Hi everyone, today I'm here with Vijay Ebenezer and he is a music producer and he's going to share a lot about himself with us. So, first question, when did you realize that music was your calling?
Hi there. Music was in my blood even from my very young age, and I grew up in a family where my dad was a guitarist and singer, and all the time I went to church and watched him play and stuff like that. And it was about a time when once he was not home, and I decided to give it a try, open the guitar, and then try out a few stuff what he was playing that I watched, and so I that's how I figured out how to play. And when he came back home, he was like, "How did you even know this?" I said, "I watched you play." So that was the beginning of my musical journey. Started to play guitar at the age of 8, and then started to play in programs and in churches and stuff like that. That's how my music began.
So, would you say guitar is like your favorite instrument?
Well, yes, because I love the guitar because it's very romantic.
Mm.
As also, you can take it anywhere you go. You can go to a camp, you can take the guitar, you can't take the piano. And I compose a lot of my tunes using a guitar. Many of my songs were composed when I went away to a lonely place or to a beach resort and stayed there for days waiting to compose a tune. So it was just my guitar and myself. So it's my best friend.
So, what advice would you give it to somebody trying to break into the music industry or become a producer themselves?
Yeah, to the music industry as a musician, I think don't settle for anything less, because I find a lot of musicians who start to play and then they feel, yeah, that's it. This is enough for me to pull through for the rest of my life. For me, for one, I believe that you have to push the boundaries and keep trying hard. The days when I learned, obviously there were no YouTube and stuff like that, and I used to listen to literally to the radio, figure out what they played, and I used to practice for hours together. So only working and practicing hours together will make you a better musician, and you have to have a good listening ear. So many musicians are very good playing on their own, but they're not a team player. When they play with a band, they're not good. So these are things that I learned myself, which if you want to become a musician or a music producer, just be listening to everything that you hear, not just one genre, but multiple genres. Everything that you hear, enjoy it and learn it.
That's really neat, Uncle. What would you say inspires your music, or what could inspire you to compose something?
Well, first stillness, and in the quietness comes the best tunes that I ever composed. In the hustle and bustle of today's world, right? Going away into a place of silence inspires something inside of me. Of course, you compose when you're happy, you compose when you're sad, you compose when you're lonely, and different types of music. But the first spark is when I'm alone, something rings a bell, and that becomes a tune, and that becomes an album, that becomes something that eventually people get to listen.
That's really neat, Uncle. Um, what is something that you like about the music world, and what is something you would like to see change in the music world?
Music world, I'm proud to be part of the music world, and what I know about the music world is like what I know myself as a musician is a tiny drop in the mighty ocean. You know, it's very dangerous for a musician to think he knows everything. And just as you think you know everything, that you realize that you don't know anything. There are so many musicians, there are so many talents around. So I love to be a part of this music because this is not just job, right? This also brings income. This brings income. This is your livelihood, but also you're doing something that right from your heart, right? Many people work, yeah, it's from their head that they work, but I'm fortunate to work from my heart. So that makes it special. What I like to see it change, I like, I mean, of course, YouTube has made a very big difference to music world because it has like opened avenues for youngsters to come up with their tunes, to be seen by people in public, and that's a very big thing that I see. And the change, I don't know what else can I say. I think more and more musicians need to come, and young talents need to be established and encouraged.
That's really neat, Uncle. So, Uncle, I know you love lots of instruments, but is there one instrument that makes a sound that you might not like as much as others?
It's like asking which of my children I don't like. Honestly, I love all instruments. Everything, every little instrument that I hear is unique, right?
Even a piccolo?
Yeah, everything. When I'm doing music for other producers, and all the time I can't be using guitars and pianos. So I'll be thinking, and then I'll think of an instrument. Like I was composing a song uh, way back 10 years ago, and there I had the flautist who had come to my studio to record the flute parts. And just as he was opening the box with like 100 flutes in his box, I asked him, "What is that little one?" He had a tiny little piece like a whistle, and he said, "This is a very rare thing. I picked it up in Dubai. Not many people know of it." I said, "Hey, why don't you play it for me?" And he played it, and I said, "No, I don't want your flutes. All your 100 flutes back in the box. I want this. I want to record this." And we recorded that little unique instrument, and that made it very special. So
That's really amazing, Uncle. So, this is the last question I'm going to ask today. If you had to eat one food for a month, what would it be?
beg your pardon?
Like, if you had to eat only one thing for an entire month, like you couldn't have anything else, what food would you choose?
Well, it's a tough choice again, right? Like the
Yeah.
instruments one. Mm, potatoes any day.
Okay,
But
potatoes.
but I'm not touched potatoes in the last one year because I've lost a lot of weight and I'm dieting and all that. But potatoes any day.
I think the last person I interviewed said potatoes too.
Oh, really?
So it's a very popular choice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Uncle, thank you so much. This has been so fun. I've learned a lot from this.
And I
Yeah.
should thank you because it's been so much of fun. When you ask questions, it makes me think and realize and brings back memories. And I think this is a wonderful channel. And I think all the people around the world should watch this and encourage. And I want to see more and more videos coming out of this channel.
Thank you,
Good luck.
Uncle.